12, 13 years ago, when I was a part of Big Boss season 4, which was in 2010, there was no social media. And when I came out, it was crazy. For the next 2 years, no matter where I went, people recognized me, they wanted pictures. So I was very clear that whenever I embraced motherhood, I wanted to be next to my daughter every single day till the time she is able to communicate verbally. Luckily, Anupam has a brilliant sense of humor, so even if there's a meme which is poking fun at him, he just laughs it off. I mean, you meet like-minded people. There is no such crap as a casting couch. I think, unfortunately, I think it's associated with the film industry. More say per se is what we hear.
Hello and welcome everyone to ETimes TV. Welcome Anchal Kumar. How are you doing, Anchal?
Thank you, Sukarna. Lovely to be chatting with you today. I'm doing very well, no complaints.
So tell us, what are you up to these days?
Well, apart from enjoying motherhood, I'm back in the fashion industry. It's lovely to be a part of campaigns and advertising, things that I love doing. So it's a great time to be back.
So now that you're back, can you tell us in detail that what are you up to and what is it about?
So giving you a little bit of background about me, I started my modeling career at a very, very young age, and over the years, I've not restricted myself only to doing ramp shows, but advertising as well as being a part of music videos, reality shows, and so on. But what's amazing these days is social media, the power of social media. In the last few years, it's totally taken off, and what's brilliant is I'm back to advertising, and I've been shooting for a whole lot of brands, skincare, eyewear, reality-based, products, and so on, hair care products, and the list goes on. So I'm endorsing them, and it's lovely to be able to share it on social media because I think that's the medium going forward. So we create reels, and I advertise for brands that suit my personality and brands that I sort of identify with.
So actually, we know you have another name who is very popular right now in your family, your husband. And when we spoke to him, he said that we see them on TV, but it's actually the family who is sacrificing, making all these sacrifices for and allowing him to be in that space. So now that Shark Tank is over, how is the mahal at home?
Well, Sukarna, Anupam's absolutely right. It does take a toll because shooting for long hours, shooting far away from home is cumbersome. It does take a toll because he's not an actor or a model who takes assignments and then he can chill. He is essentially an entrepreneur. So he has his things going on, which is his business, his investments, and so on. And weekends was the only time which was dedicated to me and my daughter, and of course our family forms of entertainment which are related to the screen. So that, and so it's challenging, but right now the mahal is better. But apart from being on Shark Tank, I think his weekends somehow end up getting busy because there are events to attend, and there's just so much more leading. So I'm not complaining, but yeah, I wish to see more of him at home.
Asha, I have this question. Like, we have spoken to the entrepreneurs about how it's important to have a supportive partner, better half who would allow them to flourish in their careers and their business. You being that better half of Anupam Mittal, how challenging has it been for you to be by his side through the thick and thin?
I think it's it's part and parcel of life. Anupam's always been there to support me as well. So once we got married, There was not this one time where Anupam asked me not to take up work. In fact, he was very supportive. And, when you're just married, there's so many social obligations and family functions and so on. And I had committed to work. So there was not this one time that I can recollect when he asked me to give up a job, and I used to travel extensively, tour for fashion shows or take up assignments which I've taken up months in advance. And I would never like to say no to work and, not show up. So I think just the way he supported me, I think it's so important for me to show him this support when he needs it. And I would call it a sacrifice. I think we are family. We do things for our parents, for our siblings. So why not for our own spouse? And it just creates a happy atmosphere in the family as well. And if I won't support him, who would?
I mean, you have had a flourishing career. You have been a model, you have done reality shows, Big Boss, and then get married. And back then, was it an easy switch for you to concentrate on be with the family at that moment, or were you itching back to go back to work?
Very important and lovely question. But the thing is that this is something that I chose to do myself. It wasn't imposed upon me. As I said, I don't know if you know, so I'll probably repeat it. But after I got married, I was continuing to work just the way I was working prior to being married. There was no change, just a change in residence. But otherwise, my career was flourishing just as much. And of course, when motherhood came about, I think there was just so much joy because, I'd sort of been satiated, having been working since I was 16. So that, now my career is coming to an end and so on. It's been a beautiful journey. And I was really looking forward to this next step. And also because the industry I come from, it's about how you look. So there was no way that I could get back to work without being in shape. And honestly, I was a toddler. It's been such a beautiful journey that I wouldn't want to change it. And then, of course, soon after that, when my daughter was about 2.5, there were plans that I would start working again, take up assignments, because the industry has been very kind. A lot of my friends kept calling me, designers, choreographers, and so on, saying you have to come back. And I did shows in between also, not regularly. But I think the lockdown happened. So 2 years we were just forced to sit at home. But that's when I discovered, this hidden talent that yes, I can make videos online. And, a few trends were going on. And my friends asked me to join in some, trending music videos or whatever they were. So I did my little bit and I realized, wow, this is fun, and now here we are. So I'm really, really, really enjoying the flexibility of being able to work from home as well. As I said to you, a lot of the brands that I endorse. So, it's very easy. We don't have to go to a set location. We can work from a location that suits me and the clients,
And also, you have a name of yourself, and Anupam has been in the business industry, but suddenly due to Shark Tank, he has become a household name, and the entire families of Shark Tanks are like household names. Like everybody's intrigued about what's going on their family, and the lifestyle you guys lead. Does it become at times a hindrance going to this sudden, flux of fandom all around?
Yeah, so that's the power of TV, right, Squenna? So I sort of faced that 12 years ago when I was in Big Boss, because just to let you know how it was easy for me to understand this fame that Anupam's going through, because 12-13 years ago when I was a part of Big Boss season 4, which was in 2010, there was no social media. And when I came out, it was crazy. For the next 2 years, no matter where I went, people recognized me. They wanted pictures and so on, and the fan following and the way work came to me was amazing. So as I said, that's the power of television. That's the medium. Thankfully, I come from this background, so I could take it on very, very easily. I saw this coming. I had told Anupam, interestingly, just before Shark Tank first episode was being aired, he had 1,000 followers on Instagram. And I said to him, I said, Anupam, wait till 1 week and it's going to go crazy. And that's what happened. He's at 1 million something now, So thankfully, because I'm so well versed with the ways of our industry, I knew this was going to happen. And it's really, it's nice. I feel very, very proud of Anupam because I am an avid watcher and I think he makes me so proud. He is one of my favorites on the show, and he adds so much value, so much insight. And through his guidance, through just the way he is, we are getting so many blessings. I get so many emails, I get so many messages. Places I go to, people actually stop me and they have such a lovely message to pass on for my husband. So I'm always smiling ear to ear. But yes, sometimes I'll be very honest, when we are, away traveling, we are on holidays, and it's just time between my husband, me, and my daughter, and there'll be people coming for pictures, and so on. Pictures are the new autographs these days. So sometimes I do get a little upset, and I'm like, you know what, it's not fair. We are here only for 3 days, and I wish there was less of it. But all in all, I'm very, very happy, and I'm extremely proud of him.
Do you also discuss all the memes and discussions that happen on social media regarding Shark Tank?
Yeah, it's inevitable, right? So wherever we go, or even if we don't go, people will ensure they'll forward, the memes to me. And I think there's so much talent out there. They've done such a good job with all the memes, and we have a great laugh. Luckily, Anupam has a brilliant sense of humor. So even if there's a meme which is, poking fun at him, he just laughs it off. And it's incredible how the whole meme culture became so popular with Shark Tank, along Shark Tank. So it's fun.
Achal, like you being in the modeling industry, being an actress, and being married to Anupam, he has a brand of his own. Like both of you are a brand value. Like, have you ever thought of venturing into your own brand and utilize this popularity?
How sweet, Sukarna. So I have immense passion for the industry that I come from, for whatever I've done, and it's never been cumbersome. I always go to any assignment with a big smile, because it's so important to enjoy what you do. It doesn't feel like a job if you're, passionate about what you do. So I think business is something I don't understand, and my husband's doing brilliantly well at that. So I let him do that, and I'm very happy doing what I am doing. But I'm happy to let him be a part of my industry too. So I would rather stay away from business, because it just doesn't make any sense to me.
Actually, you had no godfather in the industry. You made a name of your own. Coming from the modeling background, being a model, we have heard many stories of how fashion industry worked back then, like casting couch experiences, untoward incidences. Like, has it ever happened to you back then and you came out of it?
Well, first thing first, it's been a journey. It's definitely been a lot of hard work, because I didn't belong to Bombay. I lived in Chandigarh. That's where I was born and brought up. And I moved here, and we didn't know too many people. We didn't know anybody, in fact. But things just fell in place for me. One modeling assignment, because I had lustrous long hair, like I did a hair campaign basis, that I started getting more and more campaigns, and then that's how my journey began. We can delve into that slightly later. But having said that, I think it's so important to be there's so much perseverance, right? It's very easy to get intimidated and start the journey and say, oh, it's not meant for me. There's so much hard work, because it looks very glamorous, but they're long hours. There's a lot of discipline, and there's cutthroat competition, and apart from that, I think why I chose to become a model and not an actor is because I just love the industry. It is such a fantastic industry, fashion, because I mean, you meet like-minded people. There is no such crap as a casting couch. I think, unfortunately, I think it's associated with the film industry more per se is what we hear. I mean, if I haven't experienced anything, I won't be able to comment on it. But our industry is a very small industry. It is a very close-knit industry. It's a relationship which you build for several years. So if I talk about only the fashion industry, where you walk the ramp for designers, at any given point of time, there are a handful of designers and a handful of models who are literally, traveling together for years. So it becomes a family, and everybody is very protective about each other. And I just loved the fact that, I made so many friends, and, it's been no complaints. But having said that, I guess people who are not aware of things need to extend caution, and that's the best way forward.
Will you take up acting offers now?
No, absolutely not. No, I've shied away from them for many, many years. But what I do enjoy is I love, so when back in the day when I was actively modeling, I think I've acted in like several music videos, Hindi, Punjabi remixes, music videos which are a part of movies. So I think that's something that I loved doing. And yes, if there are some offers and so on, which I probably might contemplate. But so I've always enjoyed, the modeling part of even the film industry. I've never ever wanted to be an actor. I don't think, I wanted to act then. I don't want to act now. But I just loved being, a part of music videos. And yes, whatever little bit of acting you're doing while you're, endorsing a brand, that's something I'd love to do. And editorials and, print campaigns and so on.
And right now, like with your daughter growing up little, has that allowed you to take up more projects than before?
Yes, absolutely, because that was a very conscious decision I had made. Growing up, we are 4 siblings. I have 3 lovely older sisters, and growing up, my mother was always there with us, and undivided attention to all 4 of us. So I think growing up, I just wanted to be like my mom. And, wherever we went, 4 siblings, imagine back in the day, there was hardly any help. And, my mom was cooking, she was doing household chores. All 4 of us were the best dressed, we'd be tip-top, wearing nice clothes. And I look at our photographs and I asked my mom, I said, it's always amazes me how she managed to do so much, and I have one. So I was very clear that whenever I embrace motherhood, I wanted to be next to my daughter every single day till the time, she is able to communicate verbally. And these few years have been magical.
Great. And wishing you all the best. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye. See you.
Bye.
Take care.
Yeah.